The healing process for me isn't about fixing things. It's not about fixing what's wrong or fixing what's broken. It's a remembering who we were before the burnout, before the stress, before the survival, remembering how we were actually designed to operate before we were jaded by the world or conditioned by society. It's not about fixing anything. It's not about fixing yourself because nothing is nothing needs to be fixed. We just have to remember who we were designed to be. And if you've been trying to heal in a system that was never built for nuance, for energy, or for your unique rhythm, this is the old model of healing. The old model of healing was not made for you. And that's what I want to step into in this last episode to kind of wrap this whole series up in a bow, is how to step into this new model of healing, this new paradigm of healing, and what that looks like, this new paradigm that I am bringing the women in my world into, and that I am always inviting you into. Because that's the thing, is the old model was not built for nuance, for energy, for your unique rhythm. It's built for diagnoses and treatment of symptoms and managing symptoms. And I've had so many women come to me saying that they've tried everything. They've tried all the protocols. They've tried all the other practitioners and diets and clean eating and biohacking this and the supplements, the meditations, all the things. And they still haven't gotten the results that they're looking for. Not that they feel awful or that none of these haven't worked at all, but they still don't feel as good as they know they can and as good as they know is available to them. And the truth is that they're not wrong. These things haven't worked for them. And it's just because they're stuck in the old model of healing. The old model of healing treats the symptoms, suppresses the signals. It fits the body into somebody else's formula. It's somebody else's strategy. But your body is different. Your body is unique. We were all divinely designed, uniquely designed. And your body never asked to be managed. She asked to be understood. And that's the biggest difference with this new paradigm. The old paradigm is about managing symptoms, managing the signals. Your body just wants to be understood. And that was the thing I talked about in about episode 3 or 4, when I was talking about the labs and how so many practitioners and the current model of healing, it's not about understanding it. It's managing it. It's looking at the labs, looking at the symptoms, and then managing that. What I am saying is I want to look at the labs and see what's going on, but then I want to ask why, because I want to understand it. That's the missing piece. It's asking the why and then moving past the labs, past the blood work to understand what's going on in the body, all the wiring and the programming that's causing it to happen. That's how we understand it rather than just manage it. So the outdated model focuses on this surface level markers, right? The surface level markers, just the blood work, which I've talked about already. And that's the whole purpose of this. It's surface level markers, surface level labs. It's ignoring the energy, the emotions, the subconscious patterns, the energetic pieces that are playing a part in the physical body. And then you expect the same results for everybody, which is outrageous to me, because at a very common sense, practical level, why on earth, if you know, and I think everybody knows that everybody is different. If you know that everybody is different, why would we expect the same results? I don't understand that. This is what we need now. This is what the new paradigm is. First, we need labs that look for function, not just for disease. And I've been asked this so many times on different podcasts I've been on. They ask you to talk about functional labs. What exactly are functional labs? What is the difference? And that is the difference. Conventional labs look for disease. They look for disease markers. We need labs that look for function. I don't want to just not be sick. I don't want to just not have disease. I want to optimize function. And if you are looking to optimize, which I know you are, you wouldn't be listening or watching this, we're looking for optimization. That's what high-performing women want. We want to optimize how we're feeling. That's what these labs do. So the 3 foundational labs that I do, the HTMA, the GRMAP, the Dutch test, this is looking at function, not just for disease. Can we look at this and see what could possibly point to disease? Of course. That's not the goal. It's not to diagnose, it's not to put you in a box and this is it's to look at function, and then we optimize the function. The other thing that the new paradigm is bringing, that I'm bringing in this new paradigm, is a nervous system that feels safe to heal. As I've mentioned before, it is physiologically impossible for your body to heal when it's in fight or flight. Physiologically, it's impossible. So we need a nervous system that feels safe to heal. We need a nervous system that's not stuck in fight, flight, or freeze, that is going to be receptive and welcoming to the healing mechanisms, the healing modalities that we're bringing forward. And then we need alignment with your energetic blueprint. We need to understand your energy. We know that everything is energy. We know that your body is, you are an energetic being. So we need to align with that. We need to align all the other things we're doing with that piece. And then the last piece, of course, is that subconscious piece, the subconscious reprogramming that stops the cycles and the patterns that are perpetuating the physical symptoms. It's the overgiving, the urgency, the burnout, overdoing, the people pleasing. It's all of these programs that we've talked about. That's what we have to undo. So I want to ask you this question, thinking about the patterns that exist that we've talked about in this series so far that are contributing to the physical symptoms that we feel on a daily basis. If you were to ask yourself right now, where am I healing from a sense of urgency? Where am I healing from urgency? And by that, I mean the feeling of like, I just need to fix this. I just need to fix it. Remember at the beginning of this episode, I said, it's not about fixing it. Where is that still your mindset where you're asking yourself, I just need to fix it, right? So healing from urgency and this need to fix it, to get it done now, just to get it so I can keep moving. Where am I healing from urgency? And where am I chasing results instead of creating safety? And the safety is the key piece here. So remember, a body that's in fight or flight cannot heal. A nervous system that's in fight or flight cannot heal. So where am I chasing a result instead of creating safety? Because that's the other piece that happens so often with women out there that I have worked with and that I have not worked with that I wish I could help is because I see them just chasing the results and chasing the next thing and chasing the next protocol or the next practitioner, whatever it is, instead of creating safety. The safety's got to come first. You can't out supplement a nervous system that's in fight or flight. So we have to create that safety first. So maybe this is an important question to ask yourself. Where are you chasing the results instead of creating safety in the body? Is that the piece that's missing? And this is what healing actually looks like, because it's actually not about what it looks like. It's about how it feels in your body. And when you can tune into those questions about where am I healing from urgency or where am I chasing the results instead of creating safety, that is tuning into how you feel. Then we can tune into how we feel around those things. And this is where the healing comes from. It's what it feels like in your body. Because the thing is, we were never meant to heal by overriding our body. We were never meant to heal by forcing our bodies to doing something that it's not ready for, that it's not receptive of. You were meant to heal by remembering and returning to her, to who you were divinely created to be. And that's how we understand the healing process. When we understand who we were designed, how we were designed, then we can understand how our body was designed to heal. When we're looking at healing is this whole system upgrade. That's how I want you to view your healing. It's not just about, either cherry picking your symptoms or just putting all of your symptoms together and it's about, managing the symptoms or even just quote unquote healing the symptoms. It's not about that. And I think that's where a lot of women get tripped up. The women that kind of get stuck in this loop of, trying all the things and nothing's working is because they're chasing the symptoms. And when you're chasing the symptoms, you're still managing them. You can say like, no, I'm really trying to get to the root cause of my symptoms. But if it's about the symptoms, then it's still that surface level healing. And when we're approaching things from this surface level perspective, this is how we're not getting to the root cause. We're on the surface. We're not getting to the root, right? So when we're looking at healing as a whole system upgrade, it's about rebuilding the foundation. That's the piece I want to bring forward to you as we're rebuilding the foundation. So as an example, one of my quantum reset clients last year came exhausted, as most of them are, bloated and stuck in this cycle of fixing. And in kind of what I was explaining before, she had seen the naturopaths. She had seen the holistic this and that, the functional med doctors. She had spent God knows how much money on functional testing and still felt like her body just wasn't getting the results she was looking for. While yes, she was a functioning human being and she was functioning in her business fine, she just knew like the amount of work I've put into this, I should feel better. And I just still feel like my body, like I'm not able to keep up with this mission I have. Like my body's not able to keep up with it. So we ran all the labs, right? We did the HTMA, the Dutch, the GMF, the 3 foundational labs that I do. And the results we found, there was a lot where my first impression and my first inclination is like, how did other practitioners miss this? But a lot of times they're not doing these labs. So that's one piece. But with what we saw in her labs, there was a lot of depletion in her labs. But there was also it was also in her life. This was how she was operating. She was making decisions from this energy of urgency, from scarcity, just operating in fear. So everything she was doing was in this hyper vigilant, anxiety, urgent energy. It was all scarcity and fear. And so she's outsourcing her energy. Her natural rhythms were completely hijacked because of all of these energy leaks. So how we brought safety to her, first we slowed her down. We taught her how to understand her sacral authority. We helped supported her in her minerals with her mineral protocol. But the big thing, of course, is rewiring these patterns that were driving this survival response. It's putting all the pieces together. It's bringing safety to the slowdown, is understanding her sacral authority and how to work with that instead of overriding it and questioning that gut feeling that she was feeling but not listening to. And then, of course, it's the supporting her minerals, supporting her gut, all of those things. It's the rewiring the patterns. Once you put all the pieces together, then her symptoms started to fade away. Her energy just started coming back online. And yes, she felt better. And of course, I want you to feel better. That's obviously a big deal. But for me, feeling better is still just kind of this surface level goal, right? It's still kind of that, what's the word I'm looking for? It's still a surface level goal, right? I get it. Of course, we all want to feel good. We all want to look good. We want to feel comfortable in our bodies. But the biggest thing for me, and then we talked about this the last call we had before she finished up, she felt powerful, empowered in her body again. And this is what I want for every woman on the planet. This is the big thing. It's not just about feeling better. It's feeling powerful in your body again, feeling empowered in your body. Because when you take back your body, you take back your power. And when I say feel empowered and feeling powerful in your body, it's understanding how your body operates. Because the thing is, we weren't given a manual for this. We weren't given a manual. Most of us don't understand how it works. And there's a lot of conflicting information out there. So then we're questioning it. We've been taught to question our intuition pretty much our whole life. So of course we're questioning, like, I don't know, right? Understanding how your body works. And once you understand how your body works on a physical, energetic, mental, emotional level, then we can make empowered decisions for our health. We can make empowered decisions for our life. Like, this is translating into every aspect of your life. This isn't just about the symptoms. This isn't just about your physical health. When you feel empowered in your body, you feel powerful in your body, you know how it works. You understand how it works. You know how to nurture it, how to nourish it, what it's asking for, what it wants in terms of healing. This empowers you on every possible level. So you're getting the confidence and the clarity that you've been looking for in your business, in your relationships, in every other area, because you feel powerful in your body. I want you to take back your body and take back your power. That's what I want this work to do for you. The methods that I use, this recalibration, it's putting together these pieces. We're using the labs for the insight, not just the identity. Yes, we want to identify what's going on, but it goes so much further than that. Then we're using human design. The human design is the permission, right? It's that permission slip. It's that validation. It's that recalibrating to your energetic blueprint. And then the subconscious work for the release. It's not about controlling it. It's about the release of it. We try to control it. It doesn't work. We have to work with it and then release it. So yes, we're identifying energy leaks, but it's not just about patching the holes, which I think that's what the old model is about. Even the old holistic model is about patching the holes. I want to build an entirely new energetic infrastructure, this foundation from the ground up. The new energetic infrastructure is what sets your new baseline. It's creating this new baseline to operate from. So you're getting, this kind of upgrade on your operating system. And so now you have this new infrastructure to operate from. And that's what makes all the difference. Because now we're not just chasing the symptoms. We're not just managing the symptoms. We're not just figuring out where the energy leaks are, because you have a new foundation, this new infrastructure. So if you were to ask yourself this question, if I were fully resourced, if my body was fully resourced, how would that change how I show up? Or fill in the blank, your business, your kids, your partner, your creativity. If my body was fully resourced, what would change in how I show up for these pieces? And I ask you to really sit and reflect on that. And when I say fully resourced, I mean what I was saying before, really, understanding how your body works on a physical, mental, emotional, energetic level. I understand all these pieces. I know my body from the inside out. I know my body at a cellular DNA level, and I am fully resourced. That's what I'm talking about. How would that change how you show up for those pieces of your life, your business, your kids, your partner, your creativity, your vision, your mission, how would it change? How would your vision expand if your body was fully resourced? This is what it looks like to create an entirely new energetic infrastructure and build your life from that. I've mentioned this so many times in this series that my goal for you and the goal for the women that I work with, it's being able to figure out, how do we put more life into life? How do we live more life? And that's what this is. That's what this is, an opportunity for you to do. And so the last piece I want to bring out in this series is understanding this, your energy, as the foundation of your expansion. Because this is the reframe, another reframe. I know I've talked about quite a few. This is how the rewiring happens, y'all. We got to reframe things. I want you to listen to this one. If you were to reframe your thoughts about your symptoms, whether there's, quote unquote, you think they're serious or you kind of brush them off, whatever, the symptoms that are keeping you from living that optimized, thriving energy, vitality, all of that. If you were to see this as just a sign that your body was ready for an energetic up level, how would you view the healing process? Because this is the way I see it. When the symptoms are showing up, the physical symptoms are showing up, there's something energetic that's ready to be released, and your body knows it. You're ready for this next energetic level, and your body's ready to release it. Your body knows it, and it's letting you know that it's ready. But think about how much we hold ourselves back from opening ourselves up to that next energetic level because we suppress the symptoms and we shut it down and we quiet it and we shush it and we push it aside. I think about that all the time. Not in a way to regret things, but if we just imagine how much opportunity is on the other side of us listening and honoring those symptoms that we're experiencing, and seeing that as a sign that your body's telling you, hey, your soul is ready for this next energetic level, and this is your sign that it's it. This is why I created the quantum reset. I created the quantum reset because I saw the same story play out over and over and over again. Smart, successful, intuitive women feeling like their body was the one thing that wasn't keeping up with their vision. Like, I have this vision, this mission, and then my body just can't keep up with it. And I realized that they didn't need another biohack. They didn't need another supplement protocol. They didn't need another diet plan or fad diet or whatever. They just needed their body back. They needed their rhythm, their energetic rhythm, their trust, their confidence, their power, their radiance. They needed their body back. And what happens when we do this work, and with that as the goal, your energy returns, your cycles regulate, your gut calms down, your creativity and your clarity expands, your identity shifts. And that's the big piece. It's an identity shift from chasing and forcing yourself to do things a certain way or make your body do things a certain way, to receiving and being open and expansive. It's an identity shift. If you think about this identity shift, what I was saying before, the reframe before, that in itself is a huge identity shift. If we can reframe our mindset, our perspective on the symptoms we experience as these are signs that your soul is telling your body, hey, I'm ready for an energetic upgrade. I'm ready to release these pieces that are keeping me back, holding me back from going up to that next level. That's the identity shift. When we can see it that way, oh my gosh, the sky is not even the limit, right? As Melanie Ann later says, you go from managing symptoms or chasing symptoms or treating symptoms to, I feel empowered in my body. These symptoms are coming up, but I know how to nourish it. I know how to nurture it. I know how to take care of it. I know how to heal it. So I'm going to give it what it needs. I'm going to listen to it, give it what it needs. And what's on the other side of this is going to open up my world, my business, my relationships, my health, all the things. So this is a return to you. This is a remembering. And if you've stuck with me this long in this series, I want that to be your takeaway, that let this series, even if you never work with me ever, and this is the last thing you hear from me, or you keep listening to the podcast, we never work together, let this be the beginning of your journey, not the end. Let this be the beginning of you setting that new energetic baseline, of you drawing a line in the sand today that you are no longer available for just feeling pretty good, good enough, well enough. This is the day we draw the line in the sand, because this is the day that you get to set your new energetic baseline. This is the day that you get to set that new foundation. When you remember who you were designed to be, how you were designed to operate, how uniquely and divinely you are created. And when you can understand exactly how you were designed to nourish yourself so you can thrive, this is the next iteration of you. This is the next level of growth. This is the next evolution of you. This is you setting your energetic baseline. And let this be the beginning. I have given you, over these 5 episodes, I have given you so much you can go back and do for yourself, looking at your blood labs, looking at your, even if you don't do the mineral testing, I talked about a few minerals that you can start working on yourself. We've talked about how it ties into your human design, how it ties into your nervous system. We've talked about all these pieces. So you have work that you can start now. But if you're ready to really dive deep, to take this new identity and run your next quantum leap in life, then the quantum reset, that's why I created the quantum reset. And that's your next step. The quantum reset is the opportunity that's available to dive deep into this work with yourself. I will help support you. I will help lead you, but this is a journey within yourself. And when you make the decision, you are already stepping, before you do any of the work, you are already stepping into that new evolution of you, that new era of growth for you. Because you're telling yourself that I trust my body to lead me. I know I deserve my energy and my vitality. I'm no longer available for survival mode. Like, you are drawing that line in the sand. You are setting that energetic baseline by just deciding. I've had women, I might have mentioned this before, I have had women who have come into my programs by seeing one post, sent me a message on Instagram, and ended up spending multiple 4 figures in a program with me because they were that ready to say, today is the day. When you make that decision that today is the day, like I'm setting my energetic baseline, every decision after that is so easy. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to sleep on it. You don't have to mull it over, right? So when your body, when you are ready to listen to your body, listen to the signs and the signals your body is sending you, and you make the decision, everything after that is like ease and flow and just yummy all the way forward. I'm not saying it's never going to be hard, but I'm saying you're already sending your body, this is already rewiring those neural pathways of, I choose to lead me. I choose to trust my body. I choose to heal my body. I choose to learn more about my energy and my body. So this is the beginning of it. This is the beginning of the rewiring. So if you are ready to dive deep, then you can DM me Reset on Instagram. I'll have the link in the show notes, or you can email me. I'll have a link to a functional health assessment if you'd rather jump on a call and talk about it first. And of course, I always have the HTMA test package. And so that's just the one single lab, and I do tie in human design for that. With that. So that's always an option. The quantum reset is that ultimate transformational package that puts all the good stuff together. And it's you stepping into this new paradigm that I've been talking about today, stepping into that new paradigm of holistic healing that's available for you. So I want you to remember that your healing is in that quiet power of listening differently, tuning in differently, loving yourself differently, more deeply, and choosing a new energetic baseline for yourself. That's where the healing comes from. I hope that this series has been really insightful and enlightening for you. And if you've loved this series, I ask that you share it with a friend who you feel deserves to feel the vitality again, that life force energy flowing again, to feel more life in her life. And if you're done with the surface level solutions and you're ready for that whole body, whole self reset, your next step is waiting. And the links are in the show notes. So you can choose which route you want to take. You can shoot me a message because I'm always available to chat about what would support you best. And I'm hoping that you take this work with you and you continue to deepen it, whether it's with me or with yourself, or with somebody else, but continue deepening this work with yourself and coming back home to yourself to reclaim your energy and your rhythm and your whole self that's already whole, that doesn't need fixing, but that can bring forward more life force energy to really bring more life into her life. So thank you for listening and tuning into the series. And I will see y'all.